here about another, I don't know, hour and a half now. He's been in the water going now for about 2.5 hours, and he's just kicking some serious butt. I've been tending. I had to kind of reposition a little bit because our tailing pile over here filled up about a 5-foot hole deep over here, and now it's sticking up above the water. So just had to move the dredge a little bit, give us a spot to dump our tailings here. And yeah, man, it's looking good over here. Now that he's comfortable underwater, man, he's a champ. We're flat letting her rip through here. Yeah, but you know, when you don't have to touch and move rocks like this right here, this came through the dredge. You know, that's good stuff, man. I don't care who you are. All this stuff right here, these are all rocks that came through. You know, when you don't got to touch this many, and you just let it rip through. So my suggestion is, I started off with a 2.5-inch high banker dredge, then went to a 3-inch high banker dredge, and then I custom built a 4-inch high banker dredge, and you know, and now I got a 5-inch, and this is about as big as I want to go because this is hard enough to hump into places like this. This is a heck of a pack getting this in here. It took us 4 hours. We got here at 7 o'clock this morning, and we didn't start dredging until like 11 because it was just getting it back up in here, hiking it up in here, all this heavy stuff, man. It was, you know, we had 3 people, Gary, my son, and myself, but it kicked my butt just before I got in the water. So about 2 hours in the water, man, I was done. I was smoked out. As you can see, there's not too much, you know, hanging up in the riffles. And this has been, like I said, we were going on about 4 hours now. And I don't know, I'm going to try something. I don't know if it'll work or not. But I'll give you a rundown of all the riffles that we can actually see. You can't see underneath the punch plate, but I'll see what we can see here. Hopefully, maybe you might have got to see a little speck of gold or something in there. I know I went kind of fast, but what the heck, man. It was worth a try. I'll find out when I get home if it was any good. I love it when the water gets all chocolate milk looking like that, man. That's good stuff. Look at that size of that rock just went off there. That's good stuff, man. You know, I don't know if any of you guys have watched some of my other YouTube videos, but when I first got this dredge, I had went out and I had a friend of mine, he had a 5-inch Keen. And we went out and that dredge kicked some butt, man. All my high banker stuff is all Keens. And before I made a big purchase like this, I wanted to kind of know a little bit more. So we went out and we spent like, I don't know, probably like a day and a half running that 5-inch Keen. Like I said, we moved a whole buttload of material, and I had a great time. And then I had another friend of mine, he had a 6-inch Pro line, pretty much like this, except for it had, instead of the two 6.5 horsepowers, it had 2 9-horsepower motors. And that freaking dredge sucked so hard. When I was underwater, I started laughing. It scared me at first because anything that got close to the nozzle, it would suck it up. And you know, when you were trying to get rocks out from in front of a 6-inch nozzle, man, it scared me. And then when I finally got comfortable with the 6-inch nozzle, because I'd never used one before, then I was like, oh my gosh, I started laughing because it was funny how hard it sucked. And that's what sold me on the Pro lines. But I've used both the Pro lines and the Keens. I don't have anything against Keens. My personal preference is I love Pro line. I like the way that the power jet is all included inside this piece right here. Hold on, I don't want to fall over and fill up my waders with water. But you don't have a power jet sticking out of your jet flare right here. The jet flare right here is your power jet, so you don't have a lot of clogs, because once this 5-inch hose reaches right here, it just keeps continuing to get bigger. So you don't have a 5-inch hose coming into a power jet. You know, even though now they have the new wide power jets on the Keens and stuff, you still have a whole bunch of shit that sticks out up over here. The Pro lines come in right here, they hook in, and you're freaking dialed in, man. Like I said, I love this Pro line, and I can't say enough to the guys at Pro line, and thank them enough for designing something like this that my little old broke down behind can run. So now, I don't want to get a bunch of Keen guys telling me that their stuff's better than my stuff. It's a personal preference only, okay? All right, you guys. It's time for another beer. Later.